Hello and welcome to TMXing Adventures. My name is Lisa Keegan and today we're going to do a high heat function on the TM6. Now that doesn't mean that if you've got a TM31 or a TM5 this is not for you. I'm going to give you your hints and tips today as well to be able to make this in your Thermomix. Now you'll see I pulled a recipe from cookiedoo.com.au. It is a sauteed onion recipe, 200 to 300 grams. We're going to use this as a base today and then I'm going to turn it into the most amazing creamy onion dip. Now we are featuring the splash guard, okay? This week is all about getting the most out of our splash guard, how we can use it in what recipes come with it, and obviously our high heat recipes, which you've seen some already, they come with this, okay? So they're part of it because you're able to then let out that humidity and let it actually brown off beautifully in the bottom rather than it sweating off and somewhat boiling as well. So we're going to use this as well. So let's get started. Now, of course, with our high heat cooking, we do want to meet the weight requirements. The Thermomix doesn't like it if you don't because it's worried you're then going to do damage to your bowl with the really hot temperatures. It doesn't mind if you go over, it just does not like you going under, okay? So just something to be mindful of. Then we've got, 20 grams of oil. Now, of course, TM31, TM5, you can put your oil in like that. And then it's got 200 to 300 grams of brown onions cut into wedges. Now, I've got one brown onion, but I was all out. So I'm just going to use purple as well. You'll see it says wedges. Now, wedges is so that it actually does a really nice caramelization where you get the really translucent style pieces, and then we're going to chop it. And this is my most favorite chop ever. If you've got a TM6 and you've ever done the beef stroganoff with the cabbage on top, the chop that you get at the end of that onion step is phenomenal. It reminds me of chopped onions on the barbecue hot plate, okay? It's that style, it's that flavor, it's that texture. It's amazing. So, well worth doing. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It's the only time we chop our onions right down to actually, not what we want, but like quarters or sixths, okay? Now, if you do want this recipe card for the actual cream cheese dip, you'll find it on my website. Each week I've sent you to the website to go download a recipe card. It's on the front page there. However, if you're chasing this after this week, when this is actually coming up live to you, you'll find it in the Learn More tab on my website, okay? All the resources I ever share, they end up there. That's a directory for you to use later. So, in goes our 200 grams of sliced up and wedged, okay? So the bigger one got wedged into 6. Sometimes I've got 8s if it's a massive onion. And the purple one was just quartered. It was a bit smaller. So I've got 209. That's perfect. Next. Now, by the way, if you don't have enough onions, of course, you guys have seen me in the past hack recipes. Now, hacking a recipe is where you still use the same weight, but you use a variety of other ingredients. So you could put into there some garlic, some ginger, some slices of carrots, those sorts of things. Obviously, it still has to be the right thickness, otherwise it'll overcook or undercook. But you can kind of use other things to make the scales think, oh, I've got enough weight in here, and it'll let you go ahead. So I do like hacking it at times as well. It's asking for that splash guard on top like this, and we go done. And of course, with our high heat recipes, we're going to hear it wiggle and jiggle, and then we're going to hear it stop. And then occasionally through the 10-minute cooking process, it'll wiggle and jiggle and stop. Now, if you've got a TM31 or a TM5, you're going to do 10 minutes of aroma and speed 1. Okay, that's how you're going to get as caramelized as your Thermomix will get. All right, it will be a different caramelization, but let me tell you, you'll still be able to make this amazing dip with it. So don't stress about that. But I'm going to put this splash guard on. I'd love to know in the comments what's your favorite recipe to make with this splash guard. Okay, do put that in the comments. Now I'm going to return in 10 minutes time and I'm going to take you through the next step of chopping, cooling, and making this into a beautiful cream cheese dip. So we'll see you in a few minutes time. Okay, welcome back. It's been 10 minutes and it smells amazing. I wish I had you here and I could show you what this smells like. It is absolutely amazing in there. Just wait for those that to defog a little bit and you'll be able to see, but you can see how they've gone translucent in there, and that's what we're looking for. Now we're going to put the lid back on if desired. It says so you don't have to. So if you were going to put this on pizza as it is, it would be beautiful, but I'm going to chop it down. So as I said, it's going into a beautiful creamy onion dip. Once it's cooled, we have to wait for it to cool. So 3 seconds speed, 4, off it goes. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Let's just watch. You'll see that the countdown doesn't start until it reaches speed. All right, now let me show you what this looks like. and that's done. Like, that's how easy it is to saute onions for your lunch, for a salad, for a pizza, for a burger, whatever you want. I love that. Have a look at that. You guys can see that in there. I don't need to lift it up. You can see how it kind of pulls it, so it's not going to what we know as nearly a slush sometimes we chop in the Thermomix too. It does that beautiful pull of that beautiful translucent onion, which smells amazing. So anyway, I'm going to give this about probably 10-15 minutes. If you're in a hurry, you can put it in the fridge to chill it faster before we then put in our beautiful cream cheese and a little bit of veggie stock, which just lifts that flavor beautifully. So I'll return once this is cool and I'll show you the last step to this beautiful onion dip. And I hope you'll see how easy it is as well to use your splash guard with Thermomix. But I'll see you shortly. Okay, welcome back. Now you can see it's still 40 degrees on there, but the family is impatient for this. They love this, okay? It's the closest thing I've been able to make to that French onion dip from years ago. So I'm going to, it's 40 degrees, I'm going to just go ahead with it. Now you can put as much or as little cream cheese into this as you like. I probably would have normally put a whole thing into it, like a whole, this is 250, but I just don't have that. This is what's left, which is about 3/4 of a block. You'll see the recipe card that you can go download off the website. You'll see that it's got half a block because that's what I was doing today. But of course, whatever you've got's fine. All right. If you do my cheese course, you'll actually learn how to make creme fraiche, and we make a beautiful herbed onion dip out of that. It's just amazing. I'll put the link to that up here in the top of this now. So if you want to go check out my cheese course, go forth and do so. You'll also find it in the top heading of my website as well. You can see there's a courses tab. There are more courses coming, so well worth checking that out. If you like the way I present things, if you like the very step-by-step I do things, you will really find value in the cheese course and the other courses coming. So, tiniest bit of your veggie stock, okay? Not too much. If you go too heavy, it's going to just be too salty, okay? We need a little bit. Because I've only got a little bit of cream cheese, I'm only probably going about 1/4 teaspoon, not much at all. I'd normally probably go closer to ½ teaspoon, but it's easier to add more later than it is to wish you didn't, okay? Finishing off this recipe, we're now just going to blitz this down. Now, it's up to you as to how much texture you do or don't want in this recipe. Totally personal preference there. My family are more towards the smoother. They don't mind the little bit of chunks in it, but the big bits of onion, especially the youngest, he would not be happy with. So I'm going to actually go up to speed 8, probably 5 seconds, scrape the sides and go again. So let's go up to 8. So I'm getting rid of a lot of the texture. If you're doing this and you're entertaining with friends and they're adults and they like onion, I would just go through on like speed 4 or 5. It's going to stir it through. It's going to leave some of those nice big bits of onion in there. But yes, I'm going to say that he won't eat that. Now I'm going to scrape down the sides because, as I said, he'll be picking them out otherwise. And I'm just going to do that again. And then I'm going to leave it as it is, which will still have some texture, but as I said, not that it's going to be that big of a deal for him if it's a little bit. All right, let's put the lid back on. And up we go. So 5 seconds again I'll do, and this time I'll set the timer. Last time I let it count up. Speed 8 again. So that just got rid of the last big chunks that the first round got stuck up to the sides. All right. So let's look at this. Oh my goodness. Who needs to buy dip when you can make it in such a quick time in your Thermomix? While you're getting ready to go out to a friend's to entertain, you can be making this yourself. Like, it can be cooking away in the Thermomix, you can be getting ready to go, and it's just going to be beautiful and fresh. And you know what? You know everything that's in it. There's no numbers, colours, additives. I mean, there might be in the cream cheese, you just have to read your labels on that. But you know what's in it. So, look at that. Beautiful. So there is your beautiful French onion dip. Excuse the mess in the bowl. I will clean that out later. But simple, easy, made with your Thermomix with tips for your TM5, TM31. By the way, TM5 and 31, you don't have a splash guard. Your replacement is your simmering basket because you do not want them to sweat. You want them to actually cook off, okay, as much as you possibly can. Yours does not get as hot, but we can still do a pretty good job. So that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've taken away some skills and tips and getting confident on your Thermomix. I love nothing more to hear from you. So if you do have questions, if there's anything I can support you with, reach out. No matter where you are in the world, I am here to inspire you. If you are in Australia, I am here to help you get a Thermomix on the bench too. If you don't already have one, or your friends and family. Okay, so that's, that's part of what I do as well, is help people change and transform their kitchen with their Thermomix so that they can make amazing things with ease and confidence every time. So I really hope that that's what you're feeling and finding here watching these videos. But otherwise, guys, take care. I look forward to seeing you in the next video soon. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Lisa Keegan, and we'll see you next time. Bye.